Hello, welcome back. This video we are going to cover Heian Godan. This is a kata for 5th Q students working to get 4th Q. So 5th Q to 4th Q, first purple belt to your second purple belt. So again, this is Heian Godan. We will break down that kata in this video, step by step, really try to work on as many details as we can as we go through, and then we'll put it together. We'll work a few different angles so you get some different perspective. Okay, so before we get going, let's go ahead and do a quick seiza. Come to attention. Seiza. So. Yame, shouldering, right? And up. Ski. Okay, so once I will perform the kata facing you, as I would perform the kata facing forward, I'll go through it all the way, and then we will go through it step at a time together, and then we'll do it. Then we'll do it about half pace together. Okay. All right. So first I'll run through the whole kata. Heian Godan. Okay, so that is Heian Godan. So let's go ahead and break it down step at a time together. So I'm going to begin facing you. So my left, just to make it a little bit easier for you to learn, my right will be your left. Okay, this is your left, this is your right. I'm going to try to mirror image things the best I can, moving forward out of this first sequence, so it's easier to follow. Okay, so from your way. First thing we want to do is step out to our left into a back stance, inside block. Okay, so remember, back stance, we want to try to maintain our center. We shouldn't have a big shift out in that back stance. I don't want my center here in the middle. I should have the center over your right leg. So as you're stepping out to your left, yes, your left, you should have your center over your right leg. Okay, so from here, before we move, we're going to set as we kind of look. So as I'm looking, I'm setting as I start to rotate, so that left hand should fold underneath. As we look left, stepping straight out into back stance, inside block. Okay, from this position, I want to make a full reverse punch. So I want to, not a hook punch, I want to extend that punch all the way out. So punch as far as you can without over rotating. Okay, so try to keep the stance. Don't over rotate, just punch. Okay, from here, we're going to draw your right foot up to your left leg and come to feet together. Don't stand up tall, keep a slight bend in the knees. As we do, your right hand will draw to the hip as the left hand comes kind of almost like a hook punch, if you will. Okay, you want this kind of like downward pressure kind of feeling here. So from this 1, 2, 3. Okay, still have some tension in my knees. I'm not sitting up tall. I still have that center connection to the floor here. Now from here, we're going to go to your right. Okay, so again, before we go, we want to look and we want to set and extend that inside block into back stance. Same process. From here, we want to punch, full reverse punch. Then again, looking forward, coming up to that set. Okay. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and turn, just because it's going to be easier for me to memorize sequence, and then I'll come forward and just explain it again. Okay, so from this position here, we want 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're up to our left hand set on the hip, right hand's kind of set in front. So from this position, we want to drive forward into a back stance. So I want you to drive your right leg forward. So right now hips are square to the front. I'm going to extend that right foot forward and quickly give a nice rotation to my hips as I finish into a reinforced block. So if I'm kind of facing this direction, you should be facing towards the front. Okay, I'm going to turn sideways just so you can kind of see. From here, my right leg will step out. Reinforced block. Again, kind of get that hip really engaged into your technique. Drop your center. Try to keep the hip square, and then rotate. Reinforced block. Okay, one more time from here. Stepping out with the right. Reinforced block. Okay, from here, we're going to step the left leg forward into front stance. Okay, as I do, we're going to step the back leg up to the front. Let's really break it down. So that halfway point is going to kind of set to the hip. So from reinforced block, back legs, left leg's going to step up to right. As I do, I'm going to load on the right hip, right hand on top, and I'm going to step through X block low. Okay, so one more time. I'll face this direction. From that reinforced block, as I'm stepping in, I'm loading, driving X block low into this nice deep front stance with my left leg forward. Okay, one more time from here. Reinforced block, gather, X block low. Okay, from that position, you're still facing this way. Okay, from that position, we're going to draw that X block back and up high. So let it be above your head. Don't finish here because the punch is still going to come through. X block needs to finish above the head. Good. Now from here, we're going to draw the hands back to the hip. And the way we do that is I want you to try to go palm to palm, and then rotate your hands 180 degrees from each other. Okay, and then from there, you're just going to do a full 180 degree turn with both hands. So kind of this feeling of palm to palm, and just rotating. So fingers are pointing opposite directions, opposite directions. That's that feeling. So as we come to that X block, I'm going to go palm to palm, and as I rotate, hands pull to the hip. Okay, so from this position, we came reinforced block, X block low, X block high. Now, from right hands on the inside, I'm going to let the palms go palm to palm, and then rotate as I draw to the hip. Okay, from this point, you should be left leg forward, and I'm going to mirror image you. So your left leg forward, set on the right hip. So from this position, we're going to throw a hammer fist strike into an oizuki punch kiai. Okay, so don't let it be 1, 2. Let your hammer fist draw into your oizuki. So it's not 1, 2. It's more of a 1 and kiai. Os. Good. From here, we're going to step in hammer fist strike, step in punch kiai. Ready? Okay, from here, you should finish right leg forward. Okay, so we're front stance, right hand punch. We're going to turn around, facing the back. So from my punch, my right knee, my right hand are going to come up through my center, gather, and I'm going to drop into a horse stance, into a Godan right, downward block. Okay, so one more time. From my Oizuki lunge punch ki here, I'm going to cut through this center line. Knee and arm kind of leading. 1, 2, into get up right. One more time. So you can kind of think knee strike. You can kind of think crescent, like you're blocking with that kick. Same thing with the hand. I want this 1, like striking, and then guarding as we kind of set and drop. One more time. Ready, each knee. Good. From here, looking to your left. Okay, the way we started. Now we're going to go to press. Okay, so left hand should go underneath. Press. Good. From here, we're going to crescent kick, elbow strike. So I think I'm doing this the same as you. 1, 2, yep. Okay, press. So we're looking left. I want from horse stance, try to keep the hips, don't over rotate on the crescent kick. So let the hips come to square for crescent kick, and then finish rotating for elbow strike. Okay, so I'll do it facing forward one time. Okay, so from here, on the crescent kick, again, allow the hips to rotate square, but not fully around just yet. Okay, don't bring the hand to the foot, bring the foot to the hand. Okay, I finish square. Now, as I finish setting down, I rotate, kind of corkscrewing down into the ground, and rotate, drop, driving that elbow strike into the palm of the hand. Okay, one more time. From here, each knee. Okay, you should be going this way. 1, 2. Okay, from here, we want to step forward to your right leg into a reinforced stance. Okay, so as I do this, back foot should step up the front leg, and I want to let my left leg step behind the right, and I want to allow my hips to rotate forward. Okay, so one more time. From here, I'm going to go into a kind of a reinforced either inside block or back fist strike, whatever your intention. Okay, so from here, stepping in, and hips are square. Okay, so if I'm coming to your direction, I should allow my hips to come from this 90-degree angle position to front. Here, hips finish square, left hand supporting right. So left hand is kind of on the forearm, back fist strike forward this direction. Okay, so from here, I'm in that reinforced stance. Left leg tucked behind right. Let these, make sure you got a solid stance. Have connection here, feel stable. Okay, now from here, I want to allow my feet to just pivot into cat stance. Okay, as I do that, I'm gonna slightly rise and drive my right hand straight up. Like if I was going to strike to the chest or right underneath the chin, and then drive that punch up. So landing 1, rotating, 2, and drive that punch up. Kick as I'm rotating. So 1, 2, here. Left hand supporting right, short cat stance. So heel up. Now from here, I want to create some momentum. Okay, so that's why I have a short stance. So I can kind of step, 1 and lift. So it's kind of down and up. This kind of feeling. Because I want to get momentum forward to kind of compress and drive off this bottom leg as I lift with my right knee and lift with my right hand. So I'm going to create a lot of upward momentum with my knee and with my hand. Okay, as I do that, again, I want kind of knee, hand, same time. 1, as I lift off, I'm going to tuck. I want to tuck my feet, almost like you're kind of sitting cross feet, mid-air. Okay, from here, again, I want to get my feet up and then land into a short reinforced stance block or X block low, and a reinforced stance into X block low and ki. Okay, one more time. From cat stance, should go like so. Ready? Bam! Okay, try to stick that landing, work on that balance. From here, we're going to step forward into a front stance, reinforced block. So out of that X block low, step forward as we open up, reinforced block. Okay, a new front stance. All right, from here, we're going to turn back towards the front. Okay, so from here, I'm going to let my left leg step behind, and I'm going to pivot into a front stance. Okay, as I do that, I'm going to set. So left hand's going to block low, as right hand kind of blocks high. Okay, so one. Now I'm going to pivot. Left hand's going to come high as right hand shoots low. Okay, one more time on this angle. From reinforced block. One, left hand low, right hand high. Stepping across, left hand high, right hand low. So left hand protecting the head, right hand shooting in. Okay, this is typically a takedown. So I want to let my left leg step in line with my right. As I step over into back stance, I want to draw my right hand back and left hand down. Okay, so from this angle, we finish reinforced block. We set, we pivot, and now we shift into back stance and draw back. From here, we're going to allow our front leg to pull to the back leg. Good. Now we just want to pivot 180 degrees and allow our hands to change position. So my right hand will become my front. My left hand will draw back. Okay, so now left hand's up, right hand's down, get on right. From here, I'm going to step back into front stance to my front. So right leg steps out, rotating in a front stance, left hand blocking high, right hand high, left hand shooting low. As I draw back again into back stance, left hand drawing back, right hand coming forward and down. From here, stepping back to Yue. Okay, hopefully I didn't confuse you too much with all the moving I did. I tried to face you as much as possible, give you different angles to see, different angles of technique and things like that. So let's do it one more time. We'll go a step at a time. I'm going to face the same direction as you the whole time. Okay? So from the top, let's come to your way. And Godan. And your way. Okay, we're going to step to our left, inside block. Ready? Each. Back stance. Okay, reverse punch, knee. And draw to your left leg, san, as we set. Okay, looking to the right, inside block, back stance. From here, reverse punch left. And draw to your right foot as we set. Okay, we're going to step the right foot out into a back stance. As I do, I just want this hand to kind of flip into that back stance, or into that inside block, and I allow my left hand to reinforce. So from here, stepping in, X block low, knee, drawing back and up, X block high, hands are open. Okay, palm to palm, rotate as I draw to the right hip, trapping the arm. From here, hammer fist strike, step and punch, ki. Ready, knee, ayo! Okay, coming through the center, hand, arm and knee, right arm, right knee, coming up, 1, 2, get on right low into kibarachi, looking over your left shoulder, left hand underneath, let the left hand extend as right hand pulls to the hip, feeling that expansion, right leg's going to come around, crescent kick, elbow strike, again, hold that hip back, allow a quarter turn for the rotation of the hip for the crescent kick, and a quarter turn for the elbow strike. Ready? Good. From here, driving to the front leg, to the right, as we rotate forward into a reinforced stance, and to back fist strike. Okay, so from here, stepping forward, Good, and allow everything to point the direction we're going. Now from there, pivoting, cat stance, left hand supporting right still, driving upward. As I step forward, I'm going to step, I'm going to gather, drive up, getting my feet up, tucked, landing in a reinforced stance, X block low ki. Ready, shifting into a front stance, reinforced block. Okay, from here, looking over the left shoulder, setting left hand low, right hand high, we're going to pivot, block and strike, into a front stance. Good, drawing back, back stance. Good, from here, gather to the back leg. Allow your feet to pivot. Allow your hands to change position. Good, still some bend to my knees. Always keep slight bend to the knees. Never straighten up fully. Okay, from here, letting the right leg step out into a front stance. As left hand strikes low, right hand guards high. Good, shifting into a back stance, drawing back. And stepping to the back leg, back to Yue. Ski. Okay, so hopefully that was a little more easy to follow for direction-wise of technique. We'll do it one more time together, about half speed. Okay. Yue. Yoski. Heian Godan. Yue. Ready. Ich, ni, and sa. Shi. Go. Rope. Sich. Hatch. Go. Ju. Hammer for strike, step and punch. Ready. Ich, ni. Aya. San. Shi. Press. Crescent kick, double strike. Ready. Go. Go. Stepping in, reinforced stance. Ready. Ich. Pivoting, driving upward. Ni. San. Aya. Shi. Go. Rope. Sich. Hatch. Go. Ju. And back to you. Ski. Okay, so couple things. I would say, trying to think. On your last couple techniques, 1, 2. So we're shifting from a front stance to a back stance. Okay, but try not to let your intention go backwards. Okay, so even though we're shifting front, back, try to keep forward intention. So this should be kind of a takedown. 1, 2. It's not a big 1, 2, where you see all my energy going back. Even though we're shifting, try to keep that center where it's at and that forward intention on that stance. Okay, so trying to think any of the really key points. Just really trying to explode from like this position here into your reinforced block. So really keep those hips square, allow the feet to start to extend, quickly rotate those hips. So I kind of want that, almost kind of get the feeling of like rotating left. So you're kind of winding this one up. So I'm going to wind this one up to kind of flip it out. So I'm going to, from here, kind of bring it in, kind of with my upper body a little bit. And then as I drive the hip out, allow this to kind of whip into that reinforced block. So it's a short step. It's a very short kind of technique, but we want to still be explosive out of that kind of short defined stance. So very explosive, and then really gathering, driving in, back up, pressing, drawing to the hip. The jump, I would say just start small, okay? So from this position, just get that kind of up feeling. Each time you can kind of tuck your feet a little more. It doesn't have to be super high, okay? But we want to try to gather those feet. Anytime I leave the ground and I leave my feet hanging, I'm very vulnerable to getting swept, okay? So I want to pick those feet up, just like if I'm doing like a jump side kick. I don't kick and leave this one hanging down. I've got to tuck it. I've got to tuck it up out of the way. Same feeling for, I want to tuck. So when you lift, this knee's already up. I'm driving, lifting. I've just got to pull my support leg up, lift, and then back down. So trying to get that jump with the feet tucked, back down into a good reinforced stance with that X block, and try to maintain balance as we come out of that jump. So we'll try to do it a few times, boom, and really stick that landing. So we kind of get away from the kind of losing our balance as we come down. Practice it a few times. The more height we get, the more we have to come down. But try to make that landing as soft as we can. So we want to try to absorb it. Sometimes I land heavy, really heavy. Try not to do that. We want to try to land on our toes and kind of like absorb that impact. So land up high and back down low into that reinforced stance. Again, allow your feet, the balls of your feet, to absorb. Allow your knees to absorb. So it's not, we want to kind of, we want to absorb that landing so we're not destroying our joints every time we land. Okay, so again, first couple of techniques, make sure we're not shifting our center out. Make sure we're leaving this here. Just extend that extremity into that back stance, punching, squeezing, working on expanding, contracting throughout these katas. Okay guys, I think we'll leave it at that for Heian Godan. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Drop any questions you have in the comments below. I'm happy to address questions. That lets me know you're watching, that lets me know you're comprehending or not comprehending, and we can adjust. Okay, good. So from here, come to Kyosugi. Stop. So. Akusuya-me, show-me, ready? Nope. Kyosugi. Okay guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.